Peace, y'all. It's your boy Zulu King Street Fame 407. Y'all know what it is, man. Salute and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. To the people. Happy heavenly Mother's birthday. Happy heavenly Mother's Day to the moms that are no longer witness and to the people that lost their mothers. You know what I mean? I know this is probably a hard day for y'all and stuff like that. So same with Father's Day and stuff. If you lost your parents, my condolences to y'all, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are here. You know what I'm saying? And active in their kids' life. You know what I'm saying? Well appreciated. So yeah, man, y'all go spend some time with your mom today, man. Hang out, you know what I'm saying? Some good food and all that. That's what I'm going to do. Go check Mom Dukes out and all that. And my sisters and all that. So talk to y'all real quick about Little Durk, man. I seen Little Durk got denied his bond, and a lot of people is like, man, and they're like, yo, Little Durk, the song that he released, they talking about this song that he released where he said, I hear you screaming no or whatever, and then Quando Rondo, cousin got shot when they were trying to kill Quando Rondo, and he was screaming no, and they's like, yo, that song came out months before that even happened, and they showed the digital track record of when that song came out. So everybody's like, the feds got to throw this case out, man. A lot, like I said in my last video, a lot of y'all never been through the system, and some of y'all might have been arrested and done a week in jail, bonded out, and you fought your case from the street. A lot of y'all really don't know the system. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got arrested and you went to jail and you bonded out, don't mean you know the system. You know what I'm saying? So the situation is, y'all forget, is that they have somebody that was wearing a wire for like over 2 years. You know what I mean? So even if that song came out months before, that's y'all think they're gonna throw the whole case out just because of that? You think the feds will come and hit you, and that's the only piece of evidence? They'll come get you, but the only piece of evidence they got is that's relevant. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? When the feds come get you, they got you. You're going to plea out to them. There's very, very few people that beat the feds. Most of them plea out because they got so many witnesses and snitches on their case. Like, for example, the man who wore a wire for 2 years. You think they don't got no conversations, secret conversations that people don't know about as evidence? Now you got two paid contract hits. You got one on Quando Rondo that ended up killing his cousin. You got the one on the person that killed his brother, supposedly, that killed Durk's brother. So you got two murder for hires, you know what I'm saying, amongst a whole list of other stuff. I believe somebody that was on that plane was snitching. I think one of his right-hand mans too was supposed to be telling the one that got the mask or something like that. So you got these people snitching. You know what I mean? You got the 2 years worth of wiretaps that we don't even know what's on them wiretaps. You know what I mean? But yet y'all think just because they don't the song that he dropped is months prior than the actual situation that happened with Quando Rondo. Y'all think that that's enough to let him go free, throw the whole case out and all that? It doesn't work like that, man. The feds really do not give bonds like that. Anybody that's been to the feds will tell you that they do not give bonds like that. And if you somebody, somebody that got a bond from the feds on some real, like, all right, let me give you an example. If you steal a bunch of bikes, like BMX bikes in Florida, you steal 200 of them, 300 of them, you put them in the truck and you drive it to Georgia, that becomes a federal case because you crossed the state line. So it makes it federal. You might get a bond for that because that's some petty shit. You understand what I'm saying? But somebody that got convicted felon firearm, a history of charges, and you get caught with a gun, drugs, anything like that on a federal level, you're probably not going to get a bond. And if you know somebody that got a bond like that, they probably is working. They probably tell it. Just how the feds work. Feds really don't give bonds like that. So, of course, they're going to deny his bond. But just because that one piece of evidence y'all talking about doesn't line up with the date of the shooting, and it was months prior, he mentioned it in a song, y'all think the whole case needs to be thrown out and he's going to walk free and he's going to get a bond. And y'all on here talking about why he ain't get a bond, this and that, and Durk, free Durk and all that. They're not going to free that man, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to free that man just because of the song. When you got 2 years of wiretaps that we don't even know what was said on there, what's recorded. None of that. We don't know none of that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that we don't know that's probably in the dark with them wiretaps. So they definitely ain't gonna let him out just because of a song. You know what I mean? There's years of evidence here. Like I said, when the feds do their homework, they're doing investigations. When they come, you're done. You're gonna plea out. That's why their conviction rate is so high. It's not because people go to trial and they lose. It's because people plea out because they ain't gonna go to trial because there's too much evidence against them. You know what I'm saying? It is a landslide of evidence against you once the feds come at you. They could have been arrested you. Let's say they start investigating you 2005. They could have been and got you. Just like Treyway and them. You know what I'm saying? The 6ix9ine homies. They started that investigation in 2013. 6ix9ine walked into an investigation. He didn't know what's going on. A year later, they get busted. 6ix9ine ends up telling. But 6ix9ine had nothing to do with nothing they was doing because they was investigating them since 2013. So they build up a landslide of evidence against you, of snitches against you, of witnesses against you, and then they're gonna say, you want to go to trial? Or you can take these 30 years, or you can take these 40 years, this 45 years. Which one you want to do? You want to go to trial, or you want to do that? Most of the time, the people is gonna plea out. They're gonna plea out, and they probably plea out and still be snitching because they ain't trying to be doing all that time. Because the evidence that the feds have against you, you're not going to win. They only come to get you when they got you. You know what I mean? So, I hate to see anybody in jail, but when you're stupid and you start rapping shit that you're doing in the streets and bringing street politics into your music and doing all that, then man, you deserve what you get. You know what I mean? Like you brought this on your own self. You brought this on your own plate. And now you got to deal with that. So, when you go to jail, there's no crying. There's no, oh, free me. Oh, tell the judge, let me out. Bond hearing, my fan. There's none of that. It's just sit down, do your time, go to that law library, try to, you know what I'm saying, get your own knowledge of the law. Don't just depend on your lawyer. Look for cases. This is your freedom, not your lawyer's freedom. You know what I'm saying? So go to the law library, get your mind right and all that. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the higher hands and leave it in the higher hands. You know what I mean? And then see what happens from there. But I don't wish jail on nobody, but I do know that they ain't gonna let that boy out, man. So for y'all that keep talking about Durk this and that, Durk ain't coming home no time soon, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad situation for somebody that had the bag and could have changed so many people's lives. Just throwed it all away for some street shit that you couldn't leave in the street. Can't bring it. Hip hop, when you on the cameras and all that shit don't mix with streets. Leave the streets where it's at. Pick a side. I'm gonna do this music thing or whatever it is. I'm gonna be in the streets. You mix them together, you're going to jail because y'all rapping about it and y'all telling everybody about it, your business, what's going on in the streets, and you put it on music thinking that that's what it is. That's what's going to help me sell records and all that. And all it is selling your soul, basically, because now everybody's locked up. It keeps happening. Rico, 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 and y'all keep doing it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Durk coming home? I don't think Durk's coming home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all beat me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's your boys, Little King Street Fame 407. Y'all know what it is, man. We all gas, no brakes. If you ain't gonna be good, boom, 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 boom. Be safe, you heard? And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.